Hey fellas, Rusty here. Today we're going to take a look at a fantastic knife. I am just talking. I am so happy to have this. We'll get into the history of this knife later, but for now, we're going to talk about the knife. What is this knife? Well, this would be a equal end jackknife, and it's from Pal Cutlery. It's not sure what handle material it is. I've seen other Pal Cutlery knives advertised as bone. I don't think this is bone, but it is a hard, shiny material. I don't think it's Delrin, and we can hopefully I'll remember to talk about that later. But look at this fit and finish. Now, I paid quite a bit for this. These Pal knives are bringing $30 to, I don't know, $50, $60. You don't very often see them in the 50 and 60 range, and I paid $52, I want to say. Why'd you do that? Well, condition. And you don't see this shield on a lot of them, so I'm hoping you guys know something. Tell me if you know what year this might have been made and the like. But I had no idea. It looked good, and when I got it, I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. So, equal end jackknife. We already talked about that, sometimes called a cigar. We can see that. Look at this, guys. So I will tell you that Pal made knives from 1935 to 1953. You can almost remember that, 3553, 3553, and geez, so even if this was made in 53, still 70 years old. Take a peek at the blade finish on this. We have a long pull, and that's just that's a great mirrored finish. And there we go. Nice, thick, beefy clip point. All right. Strong spring. Very strong. It takes a lot of effort to push that down. Very nice. It's a good size. I have some comparison knives. I do have some comparison knives, so we'll get those out in a second. No half stop on this blade. Not even really a lazy. And we'll go ahead and, okay, that's a strong snap, pretty strong pull, pretty smooth, a little bit of drag, little click right there. Probably just a medium, a little like medium high, not a heavy. So, access to the, all right, this is a clip point. You can tell that one definitely has a built-in half stop. Oh, I gotta show you the tang stamp. So this is a clip plate or clip, and then this one, gets pretty strong there. Let's see if it's sharp. It's sharp enough to do some damage. Tang contact, little bit of stepping there. Oh, bit me. So very strong. Let's see how we do. Well, I'm just recovering from another bite from one of these knives. So it's actually an easy pull. It actually too strong in the half stop. It like, you know, you just want to let it throw your hand off when you get there. There we go. So take a peek at the nail nick, the blade grind, the ergos, the blade finish. Man, this thing, move your hand back and you don't have to worry about that. Boom. Love that snap. Okay. Here we are. So let's get into the history. And for now, I'll show you guys this. And this says Pal Cutlery USA. You will see some that says Pal Blades. of course, USA, and you'll see some that say Pal, Remington and Pal, and we'll talk about why that is. So, let's see here. The year is 1924, and a gentleman named Otto Kraus, he started the Utica Razor Company in 1924. And in doing so, apparently somewhere in, 1935, the Mailman brothers came aboard. I think they were a group of investors, Kraus and Mailman brothers, not exactly sure, but 1935, they said, hey, let's start making knives. We can provide jobs for the community. That's the story. And so they founded Pal Cutlery. And then you're going to see Pal Cutlery break into Pal Cutlery, Pal Blades. They were making stuff in Chicago as well. So we're in the mid to late 30s, early 40s, and we have Pal Cutlery, Pal Blades. 1939, let me see, yep, 1939, Pal bought Remington. So Remington, they included some blades and materials that Remington had already cut, and that's why you'll see the Pal Remington, because they were Remington parts used by Pal. So they were making these knives on Remington equipment. Remington was making great knives back then. So, all right. So that's the story in a nutshell. That's why I don't know what year this is, because I do believe after 1930, this is a Pal Cutlery, not a Pal Blade. I wish it was a Pal Remington. Those ones will have collectability. Bringing out a comparison knife. This is also an equal end jack. They call it the cattleman's jack. It's the marbles. You can get these for about 20 bucks, and they're made in China. So we're just going to do, if you watch my video on this cattleman, I really like the pattern. Okay, and it's too big to carry. Okay, and we talk about, I mentioned, we got a half stop, how the handle could have been shortened up a tad bit. So we'll take a peek at these, and you can see how the Pal, I think it's about a 3.5 inch. I might make this marbles a 4 or so. And both of them have good walk and talk. I'm going to go from cutting edge to cutting edge to give you an idea how much more you get out of the marbles. But this is plenty big for a lot of your tasks. Let's compare the marbles stag, that's real bone, and the Pal composite, and or I don't know, I just don't think it's bone. Okay, I have other comparison knives, so I want to hurry this up. And so we'll get into the clip blade, pen blade. So both the blades are bigger on the marbles. We'll set that aside. I can tell you what, the Pal has a stronger action. So let's bring out something you could have maybe gotten in the same, what we'll call circa. I believe circa means circulation. So you'll see knives that circulated from 1935 to 1953. They'll call that a circa. And these might have circulated. Winchester made them from 1919 to 1942. So these are at the same time, in a sense, if you want to go in the 30s. But this would be a swell end. And it wouldn't have all the features that this Pal has. It is slimmer. It is much lighter. It's not as snappy, but it's been used more. But it's just a comparison. And I do a little video, probably include it on the value of knives. I came across a catalog and found one of these without the shield for $1.50. I don't remember what year, but these would have sold brand new for $1.50. And you're thinking, wow, oh my. But let's pretend it's 1935. In the video, I discuss how much that cost in today's dollars. And so every dollar was $13.50. So $1.50, these would be 20 bucks. Well, if these were 20 bucks today, I'd own lots. There is a Rough Rider canoe for those of you. The canoe and the equal end, if you want to get a comparison. I brought the canoe out for one reason. Has the pen blade. So in this case, we have the spear blade. Woo! Half stop. I got to get my finger back further. And I kind of like that this doesn't have a half stop. And I realize I'm getting long, so I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you're still here, hello, hello, anybody out there? I can't hear you. All right, we'll close that up. And that's got nothing on this. All right, guys. But I think the canoes are 3 7/8. So this is a little bit more than that 3.5. So, anywho, thanks for joining the miner.